Now, chums, we do know this about politicians the world over. They're liars, they're cheats, and they never tell the truth. Or am I wrong? Do you have a politician over there that really is outstanding? We have one or two over here in the United Kingdom that seemingly do the right thing by their constituents, you know, the people in their vicinity, their community. That's what the job is about. You know, to me, that's really what it's about. It's about helping people in your local community. I've never understood, for instance, why an MP suddenly becomes an MP in an area that they've never lived in before, they've no intention of going to visit, and more importantly, they don't like it. It's just there for the further fetch. Remind you of anybody? But it's a bit like this woman, Angela Rayner, our current Deputy British Prime Minister, who always likes to remind people at any burgeoning opportunity that she's working class and literally pulled her way up. In fact, recently, Angela announced to the world that she was completely uneducated. At least, you know, she was kind of happy to share that. Now, the downside to that is there we have the woman, the second most powerful person in the country, as the current British Deputy Prime Minister, basically saying totally uneducated.
I wasn't educated. I didn't leave school with qualifications. And then I remember going into my first meeting as
What does that say to other people? How is that inspiring if you want to get into politics? The only thing that's inspiring is the fact that Ange, who now has 3 homes, counting, a chauffeur and a personal photographer at £68,000 a year. Well, guess what? She's not really for the people at all. Let me explain. Well, lovely to see you today, chums. Thank you so much as ever for joining me. It comes as no surprise, does it really, that these people are out for themselves. I don't know if you saw this. Sorry, we'll have a wave. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much. Basically, the MPs are going to be getting a brand new rise over here in the United Kingdom, around about £2,500. And this, of course, is not really by the government or indeed any political party. It's put out together by an outside board. Well, if you needed explaining, here's Angela Rayner putting it so eloquently.
Explain to you, the winter fuel allowance people are over £400 better off because we protected the triple lock, we protected the most vulnerable. I've just explained to you the welfare and the principles and the values that we will protect those that need it and make sure that they get the support, and we've got to make sure that people can get into work. And in terms of the pay rise, MPs do not have any control over that. That is completely independent of government, and that was brought in some years ago, and that is the rules on that. That is not nothing within our control on that.
You could give it back, though, couldn't you? At a time of cuts, people see the Chancellor, the Deputy Prime Minister getting paid more.
Administratively, trying to give it back is more of a nightmare. And let's be honest, as someone who's come from a working class background, as someone who has been a trade unionist all my life, I think people should get paid the amount that is scored for their work. I don't pit one worker against another and say, well, I think that you're worth this amount. I fought hard for equal pay in my employment when I was a home care worker. And I think that when a job has been evaluated independently and they say that's what the price of that job is, I think that's right, that a worker should be paid it. That's a principle that I absolutely believe in.
What's interesting is this, you see, Angie says in that piece that even if she wanted to give away the money that she's now being offered, even though she now believes she's worth that money, you get the picture on every side. Well, no, she wouldn't be doing that because, quite frankly, you know, she thinks she's worth this money. Right, maybe she should be doing a L'Oreal ad for the hair, of course. Now, where this gets even more interesting is she says it will be too difficult to give it back in any shape or form. Well, how about doing this, you see, if she truly cared about people, you know, because Angela says she's working class, she doesn't take anything. Suddenly you just look online and realise that actually she did charge AirPods to, of course, the taxpayer, but she's forgotten about that. She did, of course, get free clothes, but no, you can't mention that because she's a working class person, never normally brings it up, right? Here's where this is interesting. She could simply, if she wanted, set up a monthly charitable donation, say to the WASB women that she championed while out of office, but then dumped the minute that she got in. That will be very easy to set up, as it would be for any current PM. Take 2. As it would be for any current MP if they really cared about their constituency. There are few, like, you know, the current Reform Party member, not sure if he's independent now, Rupert Lowe, who very generously each month donates his salary to a charitable event or some cause in his area of Great Yarmouth. You see, it can be done. What this message basically says is, I'm uneducated, I don't care that you know it. I'm in a top position. I'm taking everything I can get, included, of course, the 3 houses, all heated, lighted and paid for by you, because I'm worth it. Now, do you agree that Angela Rayner, Rachel Reeves and Sir Keir Starmer are worth anything they're currently doing right now? But right now, you can thank a bunch of these celebrities for voting these people in. Their influence got the change that apparently Sir Keir Starmer promised. So you're happy with that? Or do you agree with that and should keep the money and forget about the charitable donations, perhaps like the Wasby women? Either way, once again, Angie's proving she can't stick to the truth. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.